Good morning. It is 9 o'clock and we just got our continental breakfast delivery. I want to show you everything that we ordered. It's more than one tray worth of stuff, and I kind of like to do that on the first day to see how everything is presented, and also if they serve a large enough portion of anything that we don't need to order more. Like, for example, I think their bagels are pretty small, so you can order a bagel with your oatmeal or whatever. And it's really not a huge meal. They just serve everything on an individual tray, so it adds up. She brought one tray plus 4 plates on the side. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you everything that we got. So it asks how many coffees you want, and I just put 4 and then in parentheses, pot please. We ordered 2 fruit trays. That's something that I have in the past not received that much, so we probably could have just done 1. That's really good to snack on throughout the day, so I recommend you order 1. Then you don't have to worry about going to the buffet, and you can just eat healthy stuff if you feel like having anything. This is going to be the bagels, and we have cream cheese for them there, and John wanted jelly for his. This tray has 2 bananas, and they're actually ripe and look huge. That's awesome. This is grits. That looks like cream of wheat to me. I don't know the difference, but they sent a thing of cheese and then I think honey to go with that. Last thing down here is my oatmeal, and they sent that with raisins and brown sugar. Awesome. I was wondering if they would have brown sugar. And then we have fruit yogurt here, peach yogurt. Oh, and then back here we have butter, a container of cream, 2 orange juices, 2 coffee cups, and 2 Raisin Bran boxes, which we just like to have in the room for if you're ever feeling snackish. So that's our breakfast. The fruit and everything is gonna last more than just breakfast time, but we wanted to try the oatmeal and the grits and see how they are. Everything put together leaves, I'm having oatmeal. I put the brown sugar, butter, and raisins in here, and it's actually really good. I think I'll order this every day. I probably don't need all that brown sugar, but then a bagel and cream cheese and the peach yogurt. We'll save the banana and fruit for like later this morning. And John's having his grits with yogurt and bagel. So, plus coffee. I think this is a pretty good sized breakfast, and we didn't even have to leave the room. Another thing that I forgot that I really like on this ship is that Royal calls you to let you know they're on the way. And I'm not sure if it's because you can place your order through the TV and sometimes the wait is longer, but when they called this morning, it reminded me that they did that every time we ordered through our TV the last time I was on this ship. And that way, if you haven't woken up yet or whatever, you are aware, okay, you have about 10 minutes before they get here. So that's a really nice thing. I wish they would do that on every ship. We are just getting our room kind of organized. You can see we had our breakfast on so many trays or plates and lids and all that. If you can just put it like this before you had your room steward pick it up, it condenses everything. And now John is just gonna move it onto this table, so it's right by the door when he comes. I assume that makes his job easier, and it also clears our table if we need to use it. Anyway, we are packing up our little beach bag with sunscreen, towels. We got our suits on, and we're gonna go up. We were gonna do the Solarium pool, but yesterday I walked by the beach pool, I think it's called, and they have umbrellas drilled in so that they are like windproof. And I was ranting about this on the Sky Princess. Like, why don't they have shades? No one wants to sit out, or at least I don't want to sit out under the sun for hours on end. So I'm hoping, since it's only, well, actually we were hoping to get out about 20 minutes ago, but it's before 11. Hopefully we can get a seat with some shade. If not, we'll go to the Solarium. It's our first of 2 days in a row at sea, and we're gonna go enjoy poolside. So we catch the elevator on our deck, which is deck 3, and we're going up to deck 15, and we get to deck 10, and the elevator has pretty much filled up by that point. And John looks over and says, well, this is the good part of being on a low deck, because we get to step into an empty elevator. Okay, so we're on 10. We're trying to get to 15.
And all of a sudden, the elevator changes course and goes down to 9. And we're like, what? And the other people in the elevator with us are going, what in the heck just happened? We were supposed to go up, because we all wanted to be on 15. So we get out, we're standing there, and John hits the button for an up elevator. It comes back with a captain's officer or something in it, and it says priority service. And so we step back in, and the guy with us was like, are you going up? So the guy said, yeah. And we get in, and somebody asked him, like, oh, I guess you have somewhere to be. Did you reset the elevator? And he's like, yeah, I have a bit of an emergency. So then he gets off at 11 and runs down the hall. And he was like a chief security and safety officer. So I didn't realize they can just divert an elevator. They hit the pass, like they put their card in or something, and it will take the elevator from whatever it's doing to them immediately, which was the first time I've seen that. But anyway, we're going to go find the beach pool. Looks really busy out here. See you out there. We made it up to the Solarium. We're on the second level, 1 floor up from where we were yesterday. And there are some seats still available here. We're at the front row, which is nice. And there's some couches, nice seating. But it's pretty busy here, which you would expect on a sea day. There was a guy coming out of the elevator bay asking, he said, oh, did I hear you say Solarium? John said, yeah, it's that way. And I'm like, no, it's not. Because I could have sworn I looked outside and the ship was going the opposite direction that it really is. So I told the guy, no, he's wrong. Go the other way. So I think he walked to the complete other end of the ship. And then we just sat down, and he walks by and makes eye contact with me. And it's like, I'm so sorry. He said, I get turned around all the time. It's no problem. But, oh, bad ship directions. That's just mean, to act like you know where you're going and you don't. And it's a big ship to get going the wrong way on until you hit the other end.
It is a beautiful sunny day at sea, and since it's noon, the captain's going to update you on how we're doing as we make our way down Roatan, Honduras. Well, on this first day at sea, we've made our way south out of the fog we left behind in Galveston, and we're starting to see some clear skies, increasing temperatures, and it looks like nice weather ahead for all of us on this cruise vacation. We've actually sailed a distance of 304 nautical miles since we left Galveston, and since it's a long way to go, 969 nautical miles, we've got 665 left on another day at sea tomorrow, of course, before we arrive in Roatan the day after. People always want to know what the nearest point of land is. Well, although we're heading south and passing the Yucatan Peninsula tomorrow, the nearest point of land is actually behind us, and that would be Louisiana. And it's actually 194 nautical miles astern of us. But we are heading south, getting closer to Mexico and Yucatan, and later on in the cruise vacation, of course, we will be calling in Mexico. So what does the weather look like? Well, we said it's sunny out there. We expect to be continuing to enjoy the sunny skies. The weatherman says it's going to be partly sunny skies for the remainder of the day. And the temperature is going to increase up to 77 degrees Fahrenheit today while we're at sea. And since the wind is fairly light, it should be nice and warm for all of you who are spending time out on the pool deck. The good news is the sunny skies continue tomorrow, and the temperature will increase. So that's absolutely fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're enjoying yourself, and I hope you continue to do so here. Enjoy our shows, our entertainment, the fabulous food, and of course the great service provided by our team on board. It's been great to see you when we make our way around the beautiful ship, and I look forward to seeing you here on the Allure.
Hillary's off getting more ice. Anyway, I'm stealing the camera to look at something engineering real quick. This glass up here is pretty interesting. As we travel into the wind, it's going to blow into this area. So they actually have a deflection set up on all of these. And it's pretty cool. It's a lot of detail that they thought of.
We have been out here at the Solarium for, I don't know, I guess almost 2 hours. I really want to go back to this wine place that I want to call it Vines, but I don't think it's actually called that. Vineyards? I don't know what they call it on Royal. But anyway, they had this tapas and wine deal, which are a very reasonable price. I'll show you. It's like $14 for 7 plates or something crazy. And I think we'll do that for lunch so I can show you what all they give.
So what are you doing now?
I'm rolling the towels.
Why?
Because I don't pack very neatly, but I do make my beach bag neat. We're heading to Vintages, which is on deck 8. I don't feel represented by this bathroom. I do not belong in there if that's what the people that go in there look like. They'll have live music out here and a lot of stuff at the nighttime that we want to come see. Here's the rising tide. It's not open at the moment, I guess.
Next departure, 3 p.m.
Oh, and we're early then by 2.5 hours.
So my menu looks different from John's. I got sparkling and white wine. John's looking at the appetizer options. I thought you chose 8 things if you wanted it for that price, but I guess that each one has its own pre-selection. So he's gonna tell us which to do, and we'll go with that.
This information should be presented in a grid.
Each of the plates on the Vintage Select is $4. Each of the plates on the red section is $5.
No, this is 4, this is 5,
No,
this is 5,
that,
this
no,
is 8.
no. Each of those are 4, 5, or 8. These are a selection of a whole group. Each of those are the price that is listed. So you can get a group of them at a bulk price, or you can pay per plate for what's on the left. I think we do either the 7 or 8. And then I guess you choose a dessert.
I think you're right. These are 4 each, 5 each, 5 each, 8 each.
Yeah.
These are 12 for all of these, 15 for all of these, 18 for all of these.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Wow. Let me do some quick shuffling.
Only missing right here in Central Park are the plants. Yeah, soon it's coming. One by one.
When we walk out the door down there,
When we first came here in
Ready for the wine?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Cheers.
That's nice.
What did we end up with?
Cool, animal serving.
Cheers. We ordered the 7-plate variety, which is $15. They do have one that has 8 for $18. But I remember that I ordered 7 the last time. It's like something about the variety of 8 that I didn't want. And John said when he ordered it, the guy asked if he really likes anchovies, and if not, he suggested swapping one of the plates out for a sausage. So we do have a slight variation on what is on the main menu. So far, it's very nice. It's $35 for a whole bottle compared to $20 for one glass that I paid yesterday in that Bubbles bar. And for the record, the girl told me she would be voiding the transaction and re-entering it at half off yesterday and didn't. So I still have a $20 charge on my account for that one glass of wine. But this is truly my favorite little venue on Allure as far as the places I've been, because you can just come in here. You don't even need to order a glass of wine. You can order the tapas and probably a glass of water. It's not like Princess where you can't get the tapas unless you have a glass of wine with it. So definitely stop in and try this place out. It's just really cute. We think this is the selection. I thought they were 7 plates plus a dessert, but John said maybe this is it.
No, maybe it is 7.
So we have meats, quiche, more meats, tomatoes, an antipasto, so we think it's a pretty good value here. The one thing I will say is there's no cheese at all, and that's surprising to me. Wine and cheese are like a given. So when you order a smorgasbord like this, I think there should be something cheesy, but I don't know. Everything is very good as it is. And John said these little tomatillos.
They're stuffed with something.
Cheese?
I think so.
Oh, maybe this is the cheese. Those, whatever these little green tomato things are, I think they're just naturally that way, but they're really freaking good. Really good. So order that. And then
These little things.
John's feeding me this, and that looks like it has cheese in it. Yeah, it does. Goat cheese or herb cheese. What do you think so far?
Really good. I think it's really good.
I'm eating the little toast with quiche thing on it. It's almost like they put the yolk at the top, and it had asparagus, tomatoes, red peppers, all these vegetables inside. It's really good. So if you're looking to just order individual plates here, this is one that I would recommend. And if you see all these other plates, they have the bread on the side. The quiche is on top of the toast on this one, and it just pairs perfectly. I'm gonna try this rice. It looks like shrimp and olives and I don't know, what is that, chicken? It looks like it has really good stuff. So
It's saffron rice.
it's very hot, but it's really flavorful too. And I just had an olive with the rice. I didn't have any of the meat, but you can still taste the shrimp and the seafood flavors cooked into it. That is really good. And if they're making it to order the way it seems like they did just now, allow it to cool off a little bit before you dig in. All these little plates are really delicious. It's just a very nice little place to spend an afternoon, which right now it's not uncomfortably hot out, but I think that a lot of the time this cruise will be going to places where for me, it's just too hot to be outside. And so if you want to relax indoors, have a glass of wine, and have a nice little lunch that is not in the buffet atmosphere, this is a very inexpensive way to do that. We've been here for, I guess, an hour and 20 minutes, and a woman fell outside of the restaurant, which drew the attention of everyone in here, including our waiter, who ran out with a bottle of water, and kudos to him. They wheeled her off, and then he left. And another guy came, and I'm starting to wonder if the new guy thinks that we paid the old guy. We've been sitting here for a really long time to not have received a bill or to have someone like pressuring us to pay. Like, did the last guy even open a ticket? I'm not one to claim that there is a worst category of staterooms, but I would say 8454 and 8456 might qualify, considering they are right next to the 2 bathrooms that are advertised outside of Vintages and any restaurant here. Yikes. These trees have all seen better days. Something doesn't seem right about the plants here. There are a lot of dead ones and empty spaces. I don't know the cause, but it was not this brown last time. I'm sitting out here in Central Park, just listening to the birds, the fake birds, and looking at the dead plants and wondering what exactly happened here since the ship got to Texas, because, you know, these trees were green. It seems like they put some poinsettias in, like, okay, everything died, so we'll just buy the winter plant and put them all there. I'm really not sure what's going on here, but it does not look like I remember. The trees are dead, like dead. And the plants are dead if they're even here. We're in the Rising Tide bar. We got in here thinking that the takeoff was at 3, and then there was a sign out front saying they changed it to 3:30. So John went to film the park cafe, and it's 3:17, and we just lowered away. We are down on deck 5 now. We left John, so I'm gonna ride back up, and hopefully he's there. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping that we're supposed to be back up there at 3:30, which is 5 minutes from now. So John has not experienced the Rising Tide bar. He sees that the bar left and comes down the elevator and meets it down here on deck 5 and walks on. He has this little sandwich and pie, and he steps on to the bar. The waiter comes over and says, "Sir, no food allowed."
Hello.
Well,
Here's your conundrum.
you got it refunded or what?
Whatever. It's frustrating because I said everything else you guys do, everything you do is so terrific. I said all the big stuff is just done right. It's really nice to see it. And I said, I'm sorry to come to you. I said, this is small stuff, but it's stuff that's so easy to get right. You get all the hard stuff right, and then you do small stuff wrong. I said, these 3 were right in a row, and I said, I just have to say it. The Rising Tide had 3 o'clock, 3:30, and they left at 3:15. I said, that's just stupid. I said, get rid of the sign.
Yeah, it just make it be, you arrive if it's here, it's there. If not, then wait.
Right. Anyway, and he understood. He just said, oh, yeah, that's not right. And I said, so she went down, you know, and I went and found her. And I explained that I sat there for 15 minutes because I went into the Park Cafe and asked them for a sandwich, and they handed me a thing and said, we'll bring it to your table. And then just stood there. And there was absolutely no verb, no anima. And I said, listen, I understand if it's slammed. It wasn't slammed. It was very empty. And he said, that's not right either. And I said, no. If it's going to take that long, which would be unexpected given nobody's here, she should have said, well, these are like, they're custom made.
Do you want something we can give you right now?
This is going to take about 15 minutes, or do you want to wait around for it? Or I can get you one of these over here. And then I explained, not a minute after I said,
not even 10 seconds after you walked in.
there's no food allowed. And I said, don't. So anyway, he understood the situation. He's going to talk to the bar manager. He said, do you want to talk to him? I said, I honestly don't. I said, y'all can solve it. I said, I really don't. I don't need anything for it. I said, I really want to help. And I said, you know, I'm annoyed. But I said, I really would like to. I love Royal Caribbean. I want you guys to do well. I said, this is a small, stupid thing, and it's easy to fix.
When he left, there were a couple ladies sitting at the table next to us, and they were like, you're a vlogger. I said, yeah.
They wanted to know my channel name. It's weird when you recognize me, you don't know who I am, but you know I'm online and you see me filming. Anyway, they were really nice ladies and they wanted to know what happened. I really hate even discussing bad situations at all, and I don't want to be seen experiencing a bad situation. That just makes me very uncomfortable. And so I told them that John was going to try and figure this out and I was staying out of it. We were at the Rising Tide bar. It said that it was going to be leaving at 3:30, so he went to Park Cafe. Park Cafe had some sandwiches available, so he ordered a sandwich and they gave him a stick saying they'd bring it out to him, not warning him that it was a 20-minute wait for that sandwich. It was like a Cubano, and I'm sorry, if you sail with Princess, those are available on a 2-minute notice, and they're the best Cubanos you've ever had in your life, anywhere. Anyway, he sat and waited for the sandwich, and by the time he came out, the bar had left. He went to guest services and explained to them, like, any individual incident we wouldn't complain about, but the accumulation of things, the bar leaving early, them making me wait 20 minutes for a sandwich, and then as soon as I got into the bar, they came and yelled at me for having food in there. It's just like, just not good service overall. The person at guest services understood, tried to make it right, and by having that conversation, he went in and voided the $20 charge for my glass of wine yesterday. I'm definitely not someone who advocates for complaining. Please don't take this as that. But the guy made it right. He told John he understood what was wrong. He didn't know how to make it better except for to go look at our portfolio and try to do whatever he could.
Well, he specifically said, what can we do for you? I said, I don't want you to do anything. I said, just fix it. I don't want anything for it. I'm not trying to bang on the drum. I did tell them they were supposed to apply a 50% coupon. I think that's why it killed your.
Yeah, so one of the things that I learned in my many years of working in customer service is everyone has a different level of satisfaction. And you don't know what someone will be happy with until you ask them. We have been upset about a $10 overcharge on that glass of wine. And now that they corrected it and overcorrected it, we're more than happy. Some people will not be happy unless they're given like a hibachi dinner for 2 for free. And the people that work in customer service need to be able to read whoever they're discussing this with and know what will satisfy them and offer that level of compensation without it. Like, you don't want to start too low that it's offensive, and you don't want to start too high that it's like, oh my God, I'm sorry I even complained, because now, I didn't want you to think I needed that, but I just wanted you to know there was a problem. So what they did was, I think, yeah, it was perfect. It was on the level of our complaint. They resolved the other thing I felt like I had to go talk to them about, and now I don't have to go talk to them, and alleviated our concern about the bar.
It's 6 o'clock exactly, and it's formal night. We don't have dinner reservations tonight. We're just kind of winging it. We're not hungry to begin with, so it doesn't really matter that we're not going to a dining room, but we're looking for something to do for the next 30 minutes or so before we have John a reservation at the Aqua Theater. I'll explain later. Basically, we have 1 seat reserved at tonight's Aqua show, and so he's gonna go in before I do, try to save me a spot, and then 10 minutes before the show begins, I'll be able to enter and hopefully sit next to him. I was not sure if we should even dress up because this is an outdoor show and you never know if it's gonna rain, but he looks really nice in his suit, and I just put a dress on. It's really easy, so hopefully it doesn't rain.
We're out for formal night and we're under the Rising Tide bar. I'll show you. We're gonna go to the casino and see if we can test the fates and have any luck. Okay, we're at the Aqua show. We got in with John's one ticket, and look how close we are.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. Hope you had some fun. Hope you had a great day today. And for tonight, we have lots going on for you around the ship. So we have a great headliner showtime happening in the Amber Theater tonight. You do not need reservations for that show, but you do not want to miss it. It is incredible and a lot of fun, and that's going to be starring the Las Vegas Tenors. They have a show at 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock tonight, and if you can't make it tonight, make sure you then join us tomorrow night at 9:30 to see their final performance of the cruise. We also have our big hush party tonight happening on the boardwalk out here, which is a lot of fun. That'll be starting at 9 o'clock this evening.